All right, you guys like the book?
Honestly, yeah, I've heard like a lot of people like they were saying like how it's not a good book, but once I started reading it, I started to like it. Honestly, yeah,
Pretty interesting book.
Yeah, I'm about just under halfway through, and I'm liking it so far. Even though I've had numerous people tell me that they don't like it, I don't really understand why.
I mean, I read a lot of books in my day. This isn't my most favorite book.
Yeah.
So here's a question: why did Lenny and George get kicked out of their last job? Because it didn't directly say. It said why they got kicked out of like
The town,
yeah.
why they left.
Mm-hmm.
I think they didn't get fired. I think they just left the
Just
town
left.
because what Lenny did. You know,
People didn't
grab
like
that
it.
girl's dress or whatever, and if they didn't,
Yeah.
Lenny was probably gonna get beat up or
He,
something.
they definitely knew the repercussions that were going to happen if they stayed.
Yeah.
Because Lenny could have got in big trouble for that.
I personally feel like they were probably kicked out of the town that they were in
Yeah.
because just by the sounds of it and the way that George always talks to Lenny, because George will tell something to Lenny and Lenny will forget it literally 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just based off of what the story has told us so far, I believe that he probably got kicked out for doing more than what just the book said.
Yeah.
That he was tugging on some girl's dress.
Just like George, like the night before they were going to go meet the new boss, he told Lenny directly to not say a
don't
word.
say anything.
Do not say anything.
Yeah.
And then he said like he asked him 10 minutes later and he remembered. But then the next day he said something and he almost got him. They almost didn't get the job because of that. They almost didn't get the job, but
Well,
George,
I thought he didn't say
Still got the
anything.
job.
he did say he said something and the dude looked at him like he's like,
Oh.
and then George talked him out of it.
Yeah, because everyone was getting mad
But
at
they were asking him questions. He just wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
everyone was getting mad at George.
Here's a quote of that Jake was talking about tugging on the dress or whatever.
Yeah.
He took on the elaborate manner of little girls when they are mimicking one another. Just wanted to feel the girl's dress. Just wanted to pet it like it was a mouse. And I said, this is a simile comparing Lenny stroking a girl's dress to that of stroking a mouse that he pets.
Yeah.
George doesn't know. Oh, Lenny doesn't know any better, and that is why he can't hold the job.
Yeah. The guy just gets himself in trouble wherever he goes. Seems like.
Yeah, I agree because so far the story has portrayed Lenny to be some big dumb guy, and that's kind of just how he acts because he doesn't really have a sense of control,
Yeah.
and he's just big.
And then George takes care of him.
Yeah. But anyways, adding on to that about how he was comparing to stroking the mice. Why does Lenny stroke the mice? Like
I feel like he has like some sort of like ADHD or something that he needs something to do
Yeah.
like all the time. Because like this obviously was like way back in the day when they didn't diagnose like all the
Yeah. I don't know if it said what year it was, but
yeah.
you can tell that
It's dated. It's dated back.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's it.
definitely got something wrong with him.
Yeah, I feel like
I think that's why George takes care of him because, well, first of all, then he knows Lenny's mom or something,
Yeah.
and then Lenny's got nobody else, so he just knows the right thing to do, take care of him, get him a job.
So, like when they were at the cabin at the ranch, Lenny didn't say anything, and everyone was getting mad at George for like talking for Lenny.
Yeah.
But then he said that like he was his cousin and like his and Lenny's mom wanted him to.
Yeah.
But so like, why do you think that he like defends him like this? Like, does he have some sort of like interest in him or what?
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure.
I don't know. Maybe there's got to be some connection there
Yeah,
that was in the.
I think we haven't read enough of the book to like make that
That's fair.
inference yet, but
Something that we
There's-
haven't uncovered yet.
there's definitely something in the past that makes him feel like he needs to be there for
I
him.
don't know.
Some sort of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think George lets Lenny follow him around everywhere?
Because Lenny's got nobody else.
Yeah.
Like he only had his mom, and then his mom died, and he won't be able to get a job on his own. He'll probably just end up getting in trouble or something. So George feels like he has to take care of him.
Yeah. So, do you think George and Lenny will get fired or run away from their new /current job they just got?
Run away.
You think they'll run away?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they kind of might quit because a quote in the book, it said, "We got to keep it till we get a steak. We can't help it, Lenny. We'll just get out. We'll get out just as soon as we can. I don't like it no better than you do." So it's just basically saying that like they don't like it there. So and I'm personally believing that this is just kind of like a checkpoint in the book, and
It's a-
that they're going to like
It's a
move
goal.
to a different
It's a
location.
goal. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, when George was telling Lenny, that story about how they're gonna get a couple acres, have like a nice house, and have like rabbits. And,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like a
There's
garden.
There's an end goal.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal, that they just
Yeah.
hop around from each job, like trying to gather
Just
money,
enough money.
just to get
Whenever
to that.
they need work, and then
Mhm.
so there's that character Curly, and he said Curly likes to fight people or whatever. So do you think Lenny's gonna end up fighting Curly?
Honestly, I feel like that could happen
Yeah.
for sure.
I could see it going both ways.
Yeah. Or what could happen is Curly tries to fight George,
Oh yeah.
and then Lenny comes in and just
Yeah.
beats him up, and then the boss obviously.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe like George will just do something to get Lenny going, or I don't know.
I feel like as much as they've talked about Curly and how both Lenny and George hate Curly,
Yeah.
I feel like something has to conspire with
Something's gonna
something's going to conspire
be a
with
conflict.
Curly.
confliction, yeah.
Yeah. Talking about the boss, on page 19, it gives him a pretty good description. A little stocky man stood in the open doorway. He wore blue jean trousers, a flannel shirt, a black unbuttoned vest, and a black coat. His thumbs were stuck in his belt on each side of a square steel buckle. On his head was a soiled brown Stetson hat, and he wore high-heeled boots and spurs to prove he was not a laboring man. And I said, this shows imagery because it gives us a great description as to what the boss looks like.
Yeah, I think it. And when you know what somebody looks like, in that it gives you an idea of their personality. Maybe
Mhm.
like it said in your quote to prove that he was not working or
Yeah.
whatever. Like he
Yeah.
now he thinks he's maybe above people or something like that.
Well, since he owns the ranch, he kind of is.
Yeah, he
because
is, but
He doesn't have to work or anything. That's what the Spurs were signifying.
Mhm.
Yeah, but going back a few steps about how Lenny was like going, we thought Lenny was going to get into a fight with Curly.
Yeah.
In the book, it said Lenny ain't no fighter, but Lenny's strong and quick, and Lenny don't know the rules.
yeah,
So it's just kind of like saying that, like, he doesn't want to fight, but if he has to, he will, and he's most likely going to beat you.
he's gonna.
He's going to give you a pounding.
Yeah.
Mhm. I could see that happening later on in the book for sure.
And like I got a quote here. It says like Lenny dipped his whole head and hat under, and then sat up on the bank, and his hat dripped down onto his blue coat and ran down his back. And he said, "That's good water." He's not too smart, because then George comes up and says it looks scummy, and that
Yeah.
Yeah.
he goes, and that's the third page of the book, and then you automatically get an idea of Lenny's not a bright guy.
Well, it also said that water wasn't running. You're not supposed to drink
Yeah.
water that's not running. So
And he just drinks it right away.
Mhm.
But you automatically, the third page of the book, know that Lenny's
not very
not a bright guy.
So ultimately, like, what time period do you think the story is actually like taking place in? Because we obviously know it's like not current.
I don't know, might be the 1800s.
Think so?
think
I'd
it's
say.
that late
I think
1800s,
so. 1800, like early 1900s, maybe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
my guess would be early 1900s.
So, how bad do you think Lenny's gonna mess up? Because he's gonna do it. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
You think that he's just gonna fight Curly, or think it'll be something bigger? Or...
I think, all the other times they haven't gotten caught. And I think this time they'll ultimately get caught this
Yeah.
time, and then they'll have repercussions that come after it.
Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not going to be a very good book if they would just go there, work, get money, and then they reach their end goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something's definitely going to happen.
Mhm.
Well, we read this far in the book. I hope it is as good as everyone says it is.
Yeah, I think something will start to happen in our next
Yeah.
little section of reading.
Good discussion, everyone.